guys, so today I'm going to show you. I ran across this article as I was running out of space on my SSD drive. So I'm going to kind of show you what I ran into and how to kind of clean up because Windows obviously stores a lot of older legacy files, and anytime Windows updates runs by default, it's keeping older versions of your files. So we're going to start out, and I'll leave a link to this video down in the description. We're going to start out by opening up the command prompt. I'm running Windows 11. And we're going to start out by running command prompt as an admin, and then we're going to copy in some of these commands. It's basically analyzing our locations where the updates are running, right? So on my machine, I've done this cleanup already, but at least we can see. If you've never done it before, you're going to get the component store cleanup is recommended. Right, so right there it says component cleanup store recommended no on mine, but on a new machine where you've never run this type of process before, you're going to see that it says yes, and you'll see some space here that will show what can be cleaned up. Cache and temporary data. Mine is 0 bytes, but on a machine where it's never been run, you should see some pretty significant. When I first started, mine was at 10 gigs, and when I ran on this entire process, it freed up about 3 gigs worth of component storage space. Okay, so we're going to run the second command anyway. On mine, it's not going to do any kind of a cleanup. Because it's already done a cleanup, so it completes right away. But if you hadn't done any cleanup, it will run maybe 10-15 minutes, and it'll show you the various types of cleanup that it's going to do, and it should buy you some space, and it'll get rid of some of your old legacy data. The other thing you can do is go into your settings, and then we're going to go into storage. And we're going to see here, it should be in the temporary files where it's keeping a bunch of stuff. Right, so it's doing some analysis. So I've got 16 gigs worth of temporary files. Right, so that's even still a pretty good amount. So a lot of it's in my downloads folder. So I don't want it to clean that up because I've downloaded things that I want to keep, and that's why it hasn't checked it by default. But we see some of the Windows upgrade log files, right? That's something that I don't need any longer, a gig worth of that trash. And if you, here's temporary Windows installation. If I hadn't run that component cleanup, I would see Windows update files here as an option as well, right? So I'm going to let it go ahead. So I've found some additional stuff to clean up as well, which gets me 4 gigs just by cleaning up. Some of it's just dump files. What do I need that for? I'm never going to do anything with it. So it's good to run this process, even if you didn't run the component cleanup, just to run the system storage temporary files. And under Windows 10, it's settings, system, and then you'll see the storage option there. I can show you what it looks like on a Windows 10 system as well. If I just go to settings, system, storage. So this machine, I've actually done this cleanup process. And so there isn't really anything. Downloads is obviously, again, one of my folders I want to keep files, so it's there. But I had actually run this literally before making this video, and then was doing some stuff on the internet. So you can see it, how it already just dumped 22 megs, just opening up the Edge viewer, right? So if the Edge browser, so I do a remove, and I've freed up a little bit of space, but this wasn't the machine I was looking to do that on anyway. But I'm going to do that here. Get me 4 gigs worth of data. Of course, it's going to tell you, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And so it's cleaned up and saved me some space. Right now, there's nothing really I can clean up. Another place you can look is if you just go to your C drive and click on the properties. And here's a disk cleanup here as one of your options. So you can see downloaded program files. Since I already did that other storage cleanup, it does in essence touch this, but there are some temporary files that even that doesn't touch that I can pick there. And there's also the cleanup system files here. So if I pick that, yeah, Microsoft Defender, antivirus files. I've tried cleaning those, it still leaves them. So there's not enough here for me to even really worry about. But if you trying to be super minimalist, you could obviously click everything here and tell it to clean it up. But for my purposes, I'm not as worried about it. I was looking for gigs worth of space to clean up, and I've saved probably about 5 gigs in my entire process of trying to do this. So hopefully this helps you out and you learn something from it, and we'll catch you in the next video.